Hey everybody, welcome to AJS News. This is the first of two videos we got for you today.
But first, an important word from our sponsors. Check it out. Hey guys, I just got a notification that my subscription went up by $17. What the heck? That's right, I learned it from Rocket Money that said my Shudder subscription, I don't know if you could see it here, went up. So apparently I've been going for 3 years. Oh shit. I do like horrors. I do like Shudder. So April 18, 2022, $61.69. Then the next year, $61.69. Then April 18th, just now, $77.81. So here's what you do. Boom, hit options right there, cancel Shudder. It can cancel it for you, or at least inform you to see if you want to cancel it yourself. Guys, what can this do for you?
It's awesome because I've used the same thing. Rocket Money has helped its customers save up to their customers $500 million in cancel subscriptions. Jeez. I use it all of the time. It tracks my deposits when I've got money coming out. It's telling me know that I've spent too much money on food. So it's great.
Yeah, I usually use it as well because I'm pretty frugal. I got to make sure I don't spend too much on my stuff.
Like Legos?
Well, that's different. My Legos are a little bit higher budget. I budget for my Legos.
Audible, Netflix. Guys, know what's going on with your money. It feels great to see that go up and kind of bad to see it go down, but at least you know what is happening. Guys, try it out for free or unlock more features with premium. But since it's completely free, check it out for yourself at rocketmoney.com/Angry Joe Show. And hope you guys enjoy the video. Check it out. Guys, this app has been so helpful for me. I know when my subscription prices go up. I know when my girl's buying stuff that I didn't know about. It's fucking amazing. I love it. Get it yourself. It's completely free. And if you want, there's some premium features if you want to go to the paid version. But it's amazing the way it is that I use it. So, in AJS news, it looks like Joe got a haircut. A fade here, which
he did with scissors. Exactly.
Trying to do it like Cora.
I was trying to see if you could actually do it. Apparently, you cannot. I had to go get it fixed.
You fucked it up, and then you went to go
I had to go get it fixed.
Rebel Moon Part 2, our review is out. Go watch it. It is fucking hilarious, man. We have such a great time breaking that film down. I see many people in the comments just enjoying it. It's like, I didn't watch the film, but I watched you guys.
It was so dumb.
I don't want you to watch the film.
Don't watch it. Don't watch it.
I needed to lose money.
Yeah. There's just so much more with that film stuff that we lost. Like, don't you think if they had the technology to open portals, they would have high-yield GMO crops growing on board their ships?
No.
Eliminating the need to worry about finding food whenever they travel?
Come on, stop. That's a dumbass thing. We know that the coal-powered spaceship needs all of the room for the coal.
And then people were surprised when it mentioned, like, the glowing eyes in the engine room that apparently, I don't know, Zach's like, and then they capture gods and enslave them in the ships, and then Cora's maybe a little sad that she has to blow the ship up with what the fuck is going on? Anyways, but there is I'm sure there's a 9-hour R-rated cut coming, so we'll have much more to say on that when that comes out.
Oh, God. It's be bad.
I can't wait.
It's bad.
I think it comes out in August. All right, cool. Over the weekend, me and Jay and Patrick got the opportunity to play a new Tank Battles historical tabletop game with tanks. It's friggin' awesome. We kind of fucked up the learning session, and now we know how to play, though. But it's Achtun Panzer from Warlord Games. A lot of fun in the historical gaming world. It's blowing up the charts and doing really well in OG gaming. Just like... some video games are blowing up in current video games, which we'll talk about when we get to the news. Alex, tell us what the hell has been happening in gaming news over the past week.
Keanu Reeves is going to be joining Sonic the Hedgehog movie. He's going to be Shadow.
Nice.
Which a lot of people were wanting him to do. He's going to have...
Yeah.
Sweet.
Kind of think I'm in.
Insanely cheesy lines, which Shadow is known for. I'm curious to see how Keanu is just he brings a certain energy that everyone loves.
I love this.
I think it's perfect. But he did get we all noticed it as critic brains noticed that his voice and performance was kind of getting lazier as it was going into John Wick. You watch John Wick 1 and the way he talks, and then you watch like John Wick 4, and it's
like whatever. It's me.
It's like whatever. And so I'm wondering what energy he's going to bring to Shadow. But I'm sure it's going to be good. And the fact that he's down and he's interested and he's into it, he's like, Shadow, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll be Shadow.
I like the character.
Yeah.
And the
So
Knuckles
it's
are
like,
the best ones.
well, apparently Keanu likes the character too.
Yeah. So I mean, those movies had very high quality, and so I imagine the next one's going to be pretty good too. It's one of the few things that Sony's got that is like really killing it. So we'll talk about some of those things. Fallout TV show has been officially renewed for season 2.
Hey!
People across the board are liking or loving the show.
Yeah. Good. This gives
But
them.
if you only like the show and you don't love the show, then you're a piece of shit, and I hope you die.
There's people out there that hate the show. I started seeing a few of them, but they were doing
For the wrong
dumb-
reasons or
for the wrong
something?
reason. Yeah, the woke crowd is like, what? You even think this is woke? Shut the fuck up already. When the fuck are these people gonna fucking fall off a cliff and die on impact? Anyways, that show wasn't that.
No.
The
We
show
enjoyed
is
it. I'm looking for the
excellent, and we
next
found a few episodes kind of that tone a little off. Maybe the Maximus character we felt was a little underdeveloped.
A little weaker.
We were hoping for a little bit better final battle. But this is all great news because whether we thought it was a 7 out of 10 like the boys or an 8 out of 10 where I rewatched it, when we get season 2, they have an opportunity for us to go up to a 9, go up to a 10. Who knows? Maybe they have the capability of doing so.
Yeah, a lot of people are coming back. So the showrunners Geneva Robertson, Dwowrit, Graham Wagner are set to return as our executive
The
producers.
showrunners are returning? Fuck
Yeah,
yes.
Jonathan Nolan, Lisa Joy, and Athena
Yes.
Wickman.
That's good.
Of course, Todd
that's very
Howard's
good.
lying ass will be there.
You got to oversee everything. Make sure everything's running smooth.
Yeah. You see
Yeah.
those mountains?
And what's
gonna be the
great
show.
is that Todd and Bethesda didn't know at all what they were doing. The Fallout show creators mentioned in a recent post that it was their idea to faithfully recreate the iconic power armor. Bethesda didn't have any. So the fact that it looks so similar to what it's supposed to look like.
Yeah.
So many series is like, that looks ridiculous. Let me fucking change it. Even The Witcher, took good armor and turned it into bullsack armor. And Warhammer's like, or Warcraft is like, that armor's too big. Let's change it and make it smaller. Even though I still like that one, that's still within reason. It shows me that the showrunners is really where it's at. You need to have the showrunners understand the property, pay respect to the property, and want to faithfully recreate some of this stuff. And so I hope that that's going to be the case when we start to get our Warhammer 40,000 stuff. So hopefully they'll do some faithful recreations. But yeah. So great news that the show's getting renewed.
Yeah, Fallout's doing very well. Fallout 4 was the #1 video game selling in a lot of regions in the world. Fallout 76 is having people go play.
Which
I'm seeing
it's better now.
everyone is playing that.
Yeah, because
now.
they added fucking NPCs. They're like, no, we're not having NPCs. This is a completely player-run thing, everything. And no, but they added NPCs because they made it like people wanted it.
Yeah, no one wanted a Fallout Battle Royale.
It's a completely different game now, essentially. After 9 years after release, Fallout 4 is now one of the most played games on Steam over the weekend.
It did make me want to jump back in.
100,000 players concurrent just right now, and then a 24-hour peak of 164,000. So compare that with Suicide Squad, where there's 201 players right now and a peak of 380. Always got to get in that shot. Which, by the way, the recent update, I was on the Suicide Squad Reddit, the
Joker
faithful
stuff
who are still in it. No, they just did an update. And it's even worse. People were like, what the fuck? These guys are running on autopilot. They're not listening to us. They're not doing anything. And it's like, yeah, you guys don't realize they're going to do the bare minimum. They're only planning on releasing a character every 6 weeks, and then they're done, after 5 seasons. And that's even if they get to 5 seasons, because if you remember fucking, what was it, Anthem shut down completely after 18 months. There was Borderlands, one of the Borderlands games, like pre-Borderlands story that was supposed to get 4 DLCs. That never happened. Got, cut off. So that's even if that. But it shows you that it's popular as hell right now in gaming. So that's what's blowing up in gaming right now. There's not a lot of games coming out. There's games that have already been out. So April seems kind of like a down month. You know what I mean?
Catch up on the old ones.
Catch up on the old ones, exactly.
We got a frightening report this week from cybersecurity specialist Imperva saying that bots represent a huge amount of internet traffic, estimating as much as 49% I mean,
but isn't that what the internet is supposed to be? You know, spiders that kind of, you know, they do the SEO and the crawl and the update and kind of do all the automated work.
They do, but then there's also the ones that they refer to as bad bots that aren't doing that kind of stuff, that they're looking for people's personal information. They're testing security. It happens a lot with, the government stuff and police departments. But they estimated that gamer sectors, 57%. It was the highest percentage. So there's a lot of things that are going out there. Sometimes it's auto post bots that can be purchased, or we know there was reports that WB was using paid people and people who would employ bots to go across the board and be like, no, this game's really great. I really love this game.
Wonderful.
Suicide Squad is the best game I have played. And it's super good. So it's just something we're going to keep an eye on. We're going to talk some more about AI and some of the things happening. And the more that we have these things, the less you're going to be able to trust some of the internet traffic and other things out there.
That could help explain the Suicide Squad's positive Steam rating.
That
never made sense.
Positive Steam rating, but
Still
only
a
200 people
conspiracy theory.
Yep. Something's going on there.
All right, I'm going to give you 2 guesses for this next story.
Done.
Square Enix put out a game, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Do you think that they were happy with their sales or disappointed with their sales?
Disappointed because they didn't get all of the monies.
Yes, you were correct. It's disappointed. But the thing is, like, this isn't the case where it made a ton of money and they're disappointed with it like Square Enix usually does. It's actually not selling particularly well. According to...
Really?
I knew it.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know if it's the name, because, like, I almost kind of forgot about it. You know, right before it came out, I was like, oh, wait, that's Final Fantasy Rebirth. That's the thing that we were super excited and waiting for forever. And I don't feel any hype right now.
I was like, I'll get to it.
What just happened? Maybe it's because they didn't do enough marketing to get us excited and to remind us how awesome that first one was. We played it once on stream. We plan to play it more on stream here as we go along. I don't think we could do a review. I need a little bit of a break. I need this April break so that we can kind of reset and get back on top of things. But yeah, so here at the Angry Joe Show, I can tell you kind of crept up on us, and then it went by. And so I'm wondering if that's the same thing for other players, too.
There's a lot of things. I mean, we also just got a major Final Fantasy release that, I mean, I didn't personally think was all that great. A lot of people liked it, but that one didn't sell particularly well. So this Final Fantasy Rebirth is selling at about half the rate in the same period of time that the first Final Fantasy remake did.
I think we can all agree that we weren't expecting the sequel to do more. Now, that's not to say that a sequel to a game can't sell more, because that is also a possibility. Yeah. But I personally was looking at this as a 3-part trilogy, right? Well, actually, I had no idea how many games they were going to do. It was like 4 or 5, who knows. But now, after that news, I think it's definitely 3. And I think the director's already given kind of an idea that it will be 3.
Yeah,
and
3.
In one of their interviews, they're like, well, I hope we're going to do 3. And he kind of pretty much almost confirmed that there would be a 3 no matter what, kind of thing. So while it is bad news, you know, if I go back and rewatch that, it just the way he talks, it seems like that 3's coming. Whether, you know, it's probably Square Enix had already set aside the money so that they can finish it, and then. But it is going to hit the company hard in any case if it is getting half the sales. And then what if the third one comes out and it gets half the sales of the second one? Now they've got a big deficit, and that could lead to layoffs.
I mean, in theory, the people who are going to buy the third one are probably going to have to have played the second one, right? And so that's just a smaller and smaller base. Now, a lot of analysts are saying that, look, when the first one came out, it was a PS4. 100 million PS4s were sold. Less than half of that are PS5s. Right. And so, honestly, we talked about this.
We expected that.
We expect that there's going to be some sort of drop. But, like, the Final Fantasy fans are ravenous. And they're on the comments right now. You are so stupid. Final Fantasy 16 was excellent.
I don't think so anymore. I don't see that.
They are still mad at me.
I think those people have gotten older and have moved on now.
I don't like the combat in that game.
I don't think the Final Fantasy fans are like that. Like, you know, with a negative connotation there. I still see, you know, rabid people. I just don't see that. We'll see what happens.
So we'll have to see what happens with the third one. If it remains and comes out, because what the games director said is the main story is done. They've completed, they've written it, and he thinks that voice recording could start in the near future. We don't know what that means, and we actually haven't got the green light for it. So I imagine it's made enough money that they're going to try, but
I feel like they're obligated to finish it no matter what. If you listen to the way the director was talking, the director was already fucking tired. He's like, I'm tired. It's like, but for the third game is this and this and this, you know. So it seems like he's gonna do it no matter what.
Yeah, it would be a big controversy if they stopped before finishing the story, especially something so important. Okay.
But yeah, that is sad to hear that it's. I don't know. It's not blowing up, and we're not having this massive rebirth of the Final Fantasy VII, as you know, Power World's popping off, Helldivers are popping off, and then Final Fantasy didn't pop off.
Yeah.
But PlayStation 5, far fewer of those than there was that. So we were already expecting a small. So maybe if you look at the numbers, maybe half of what the previous one did is a little more in line, or maybe it only underperformed by 10 to 20% instead of underperformed by, you know, a lot more than we thought. So we'll have to factor that in.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Hasbro, which is a on-fire sinking ship filled with dumbasses, is considering doing another Baldur's Gate title without Larian. So Larian's confirmed they're not working on it anymore.
Oh yeah, they got addicted to that money.
Well.
Yeah. That was like, damn man, Larian made us this much with the Baldur's Game video game.
5 Game of the Years. That's the one bright spot in the last couple of years. Wizards of the Coast president just quit. There was the open gaming license controversy. Magic the Gathering is a giant festering pile of shit that shouldn't be played, and so like they're not doing particularly well, and so they like making money, and so they
were like, wait, you know, that game that we gave people the license that we didn't really want to give them the license, and we didn't think it would do all that well. Oh, it's a hit. Confirmation that we're fucking stupid.
Yeah, the Larry knows what they're doing, and the people at Wizards. So maybe new people are going to come in. The new president will not have their head up their ass and will not try to.
But now they're going to crank out 7 of those games.
I would hope not.
I want.
But you just took away the storytelling, the heart, the passion.
The combat systems. I mean, like all the things. Yeah.
So without Larian, like, well.
Well,
Baldur's Gate 4 is probably going to not. Don't
expect the same quality.
Don't expect a surefire hit.
So, according to Hasbro, we are now talking to lots of partners and being approached by a lot of partners who are embracing the challenge of what does the future of the Baldur's Gate franchise look like. So they're being contacted. They're like, oh, wait, no one's working on this game. We want to work on the game.
Right.
Now, there are some people that I think could do a very, very good job. I mean, Owlcat Games, you know, they did Rogue Trader. They've done the Pathfinder ones. Yeah. It would be different. They don't do the same type of things, but I think that they've done some good stuff.
Yeah, and then, if I had to find somebody in a pinch, I'd go Owlcat.
What can you think of anyone else? Like, because it would have to look different. It would have to be someone who understands.
It depends on if you want to change things. Do you want to continue to have that Divinity 2 Original Sin kind of style, or do you want to do something else with the Baldur's Gate franchise? Go first person, do like a Skyrim with it. Then in that case we can think of other companies. But right now all I can think of is Owlcat. Yeah, I don't think Bethesda's going to touch that now. No. They're too busy.
How can we make a popular game, make it cheap?
Yeah. Well, there is news that Todd Howard did say that they are working on more patches for Starfield. Are you excited?
Yeah?
You excited for that?
Wow, I can't wait for the next patch. Yeah. I don't fucking touch that game.
It's probably bugs, and it's like, well, you need to like.
Forgot about Starfield? We just talked about it last Monday. We talk about it every Monday.
Yeah, it's very forgettable, though. So, I completely understand.
It's your weekly reminder that Starfield exists.
It's like, oh, now you can take pictures. It's like, cool.
Yeah. They're working on an expansion. There is going to be a DLC. So we might get back into it at that point. And I hope to God there's other games that release there so I can use that as an excuse to be like, sorry. We
don't cover DLCs. That's the rule. Remember, the Angry Joshua rule is the default rule is we don't cover DLCs.
There's a few times that we've covered DLCs.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the ones like Blood and Wine. I mean, I won't play some Elden Ring. So, all right. Embracer Group is going to be splitting into 3 different entities. The massive juggernaut that did all of this. Both organic and inorganic growth, gobbling up as many companies as they could. It turned out it wasn't a strategy that worked for them particularly well. They closed some companies. They sold off some companies. And it looks like, it's happening that they're splitting into 3 distinct groups.
Wonder why. They're trying to avoid monopoly? No, they don't give a shit about that. They just, I guess they want to focus more, have 3 different branches. They focus on what each of these branches do best instead of trying to manage three completely different businesses under one banner.
That almost word for
That's
word.
what I'm thinking.
The company claimed that separating the three entities will enable each to focus on its core strategies.
Hey, look at that.
And grow in their own way.
Genius.
So it's like almost word for word. That's what's going to happen. So they're like, hey, managing these companies, they're in no way similar to each other. That don't have the same management styles.
They have Asmodee, which is the board games that I play and I buy from. And then on the other side, we're doing video games. It's like, well, the people that are working on these board games don't know shit about how to make a video game, and these video games don't know shit about how to make and market a board game. So that, for definitely sure, those two pillars. I'm not sure what the third pillar is.
So the Asmodee Group is one of them. It's going to remain similar in its organization, including the 23 in-house tabletop game development studios. You're probably, if you played any board games, you're probably familiar with their stuff. Ticket to Ride, Seven Wonders, Azul, Catan, Dobble, Exploding Kittens, and then tons of other ones. So like
and they own a bunch of subsidiaries.
And then there's the 23 other companies that are working on a bunch of stuff. So the COO of that company is going to be running that company, and so I think that they're probably in good hands. They've actually not been one of the underperforming groups.
Board games.
There is the Coffee Stain and Friends group is what they're calling it. So this is Coffee Stain, THQ Nordic, Amplifier Game, Ghost Ship.
Wait, THQ Nordic's under that one?
Yeah, this will be under Coffee
then
Stain
I
and
want
Friends.
them to do well because those guys kick ass. They, those are one of the few publishers that still have passion and that are like fucking are into the kind of shit that we're into.
Yeah, they're just great people.
And they naturally want to work with us, so we work with them.
Yeah, and then there's the third group is going to be Middle Earth Enterprises and Friends. So this is Crystal Dynamics, Dam Buster.
You mean as in Lord of the Rings?
Yeah. So like because they have a bunch of
they
like
own the licenses.
Yeah, that's the big one that owns the Lord of the Rings license and Tomb Raider.
I thought Amazon owns the license.
Not for video games.
Oh, for video games, right? Okay.
So this is Lord of the Rings and Tomb Raider. Middle Earth Enterprises and Friends will be responsible for Dead Island, Killing Floor, Kingdom Come Deliverance, Metro, amongst others.
Okay, so they're taking their video games and kind of splitting them into two there.
Yeah, into like groups, which I think completely and totally makes sense because running a bunch of smaller indie companies along with the mega companies and then randomly the board game ones doesn't work out super well for you. I mean, it does for some companies. Some companies do a really great job. It just Embracer just didn't want to.
Speaking of, let me jump in. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 has been revealed. This was basically April 19th. It isn't just bigger, it's more diverse, with Warhorse adding a wide range of ethnicities, different characters, different cycles of people going about their business. They want to create this medieval world that you can kind of walk around in. Pretty excited.
They will react to you, too.
They will react. And we watched the behind the closed doors press thing, and I thought, we could just release that. But, I don't know. I didn't know who. I was like, who's that guy? Who's that guy? I was like, well, if we do a trailer reaction, we should do it with all three of us and kind of go over it now that we've seen everything. But yeah, so I'm excited with what they come up with. Basically, think of the first game, only much bigger, better, and kind of
bigger, better, uncut,
and extending the story because it does continue the story of the characters of the last game. So looking forward to seeing what Warhorse is coming up with there. So we keep an eye on that.
And then there was a really interesting Call of Duty skin that I know you were excited about. You said
you gonna buy a new
my
skin?
God. Yeah, so I only saw this on PC Gamer because the guy a title says, a leaked Call of Duty mobile skin turns a gun into a 3D animated WW2 diorama where tiny little men fight and die in a miniature war that's so absurd, I don't care how much it costs. I'm really disappointed with you.
You don't care how much it costs.
Ted Litchfield.
$1 million.
You played yourself. Like, I guess you just got to make something so fucking over the top, so fucking shiny, that it'll finally get somebody who has railed against microtransactions to be like, well, this one's cool, and I'll get it with regards to
how distracted are you going to be on the field?
Dioramas. But hey, I mean,
you're playing.
Can you play a video of it, Joe? I have this video. I'm gonna send it to you.
You're running around, you see little people in your gun. You're like, oh, that's cool. Headshot. You're dead.
I mean, it's on the screen this big, and you're doing it while pooping at work. So, like, what does it matter anyway?
He's like, and you know what? It's rad as hell, man. I'm not a microtransaction guy. I wrote a full screed last year about how much I disliked a $20 suit of armor in Diablo 4. But this is so different. Is it, Ted? Is your name Ted? Ted. Is it Ted? God damn it. And he says, I'm going to level with you. That is the worst thing I have ever heard, but isn't that excessive horribleness the perfect companion to the skin's own sumptuous excess? I mean, yeah, if you're diving into what's wrong with you? Over on Call of Duty Mobile, we are witnessing a new kind of surreal art that pairs the strangest work of gun view model crafting ever conceived with a microtransaction system that makes me want to go get beat up behind a bar just to feel something, and I think that's incredible. Well, I think you should just do the second thing you said, where you go get beat up behind a bar, because you're letting go. You're finally letting go. I mean, if you wrote a screed and then you turned around and said, well, this one's cool. Listen, I know we all have our weaknesses, but not a fucking World War II diorama where you watch little men die.
It's still a mobile game skin.
And God knows how much this thing is going to be called, because if it's fucking, oh my God.
Did it have a price? No, not yet.
I was looking here. I was trying to find it. One of the PCG FPS specialist, Morgan Park, described it to me as you buy draws that get more expensive each time until you have every item in the pool. Simply unlocking this gun could cost someone $150, and leveling it up could be hundreds more, because he had to have somebody else explain the Call of Duty Mobile Skin system, which apparently you don't just buy things on Call of Duty Mobile. It has one of those intricate tokenized, vaguely gambling reminiscent monetization systems that you're like buying the and to get a chance at the boo and then to complete the set and and then it unlocks. But by the time you're finished, you look at your wallet and you're like, oh fuck, I spent $175.
That's an expensive
on a fucking session. Gun. So yeah, fuck Call of Duty Mobile. Just a weekly reminder. Fuck Call of Duty Mobile, and shame on you, Ted. That's all I have. I actually have more, but we could talk about it in part 2 of the news. And you know what? Talk about money. Talk about saving your money, monitoring your money, being smart with your money. We here at the Angry Joe Show, a free app, no cost to you, that helps you organize your money and make sure you stay on top of your subscription services and they don't go up. And when they go up, you fucking say, you call them and say, why is it go up? Or you just cancel it.
Cancel on the end.
Love it.
Does it for you.
Rocket money, guys. Click that link down below. It helps us out. It supports the show. We partner up with partners that actually bring value to you. So thank you guys so much. We'll see you in video 2 of the news. I'll see you on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys.